Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we're looking at Starbrand number 12, another bonkers issue of Starbrand by John Byrne. Love it. Cannot wait to share it with you guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button and let's get right into it. Oh my god, what is this? John Byrne, Starbrand, the X-Men? No way. This is well after John Byrne has left the X-Men. He couldn't be drawing them again. Although it feels like he drew them every chance he got. And here's another one. So these aren't the real X-Men, as we'll find out inside. The X-Men in the new universe, not bloody likely. Covered by Byrne and Tom Palmer. You know, I have a new appreciation for Tom Palmer as an inker. I feel like John Byrne probably used him to appeal to that sort of aesthetic that Neil Adams brought to the X-Men when they worked together. Palmer and Adams, that is. And I just feel like he's so heavy-handed and like brings such like his own style to the art that it feels less like Byrne and more like Palmer to me sometimes, but I think the Byrne always shines through. So this is the new universe Starbrand. Remember that book started by John Romita Jr. and Jim Shooter, and then Shooter left Marvel, but Byrne took over and definitely went at Starbrand with a flamethrower, blowing up Pittsburgh and all kinds of crazy stuff. You know, this reads kind of boring when I reread it. It's like, it's very, like, Talking Heads, like, Apartment 3G here. There's a recap of what's going on. That is so funny. His hair was kind of crazy. Her hair is a little crazy, too. But then you got fun Zipatone. I don't know, a 9-panel grid. This is definitely, like, pre-Image era, right, guys? Where you're getting, like, you know, money shots on every page. And, Starbrand, when he added the hood to the costume, that was kind of interesting. Oh, did he always have that? It's funny, in the Byrne group, somebody just posted like a custom Starbrand action figure, and it is so cool. Like, I low-key want one, but oh, you kind of gotta love him just sitting around in his socks and his underwear. Maybe I need to rethink this whole Starbrand thing. This feels very much like a familiar Byrne panel. You know, it's like once you know artists well enough to know, I mean, I feel like you know certain tropes or like little tricks in their cachet, and you definitely recognize certain poses and things. You know, in spite of the fact that it's being so inked by someone so heavy-handed. That's what I'm talking about, like the style just always comes through. So here they are basically at a comic book convention, and what do you call it? That's why the X-Men are there. They're cosplayers. And so I guess in the new universe, that's the real universe. And then the Marvel universe is like the pretend universe like it is in real life. That is so meta. I can't even take it. Anyway, so I think this is supposed to be John Byrne. I don't know. Is it? I don't know. I feel like he appears in here. John Byrne feels like he never misses an opportunity to include himself. Could you imagine owning one piece of John Byrne art and it was this page? I'd be a little disappointed. Although it has John Byrne drawn by himself at a comic book convention. So there's that. And then you have Wolverine and Storm. Hilarious. Actually, that's kind of fun now, like, seeing it, like, because I feel like this came out, like, I mean, cosplaying is so prevalent now, like, even people who don't read comics obviously do it, and it's kind of cool. I kind of like that panel. Anyway, who knows what's going on? Like, why is Starbrand at a freaking comic book convention? This is just, like, so wacky from John Byrne. Like, but so fun at the same time. I mean, if Byrne's there, I'm there. Let's face it. But, I don't know. Some of this was just so weird. Byrne always does kind of go with that sort of, like, grotesque, like, transformation, body horror thing sometimes. The Pit, a New Universe bookshelf format special edition by John Byrne, Mark Renwald, Sal Buscema, and Stan Drink. I need that. Did I get it when it came out? I need it now. I'm sure it's, like, affordable. Anyway, how long do we have left? I feel like he went on for, like, maybe 7 more issues, 6 more issues, something crazy. But it was, like, no joke. Ooh, we have to read this profile, see how this holds up. Marvel New Universe News profile on John Byrne. Marvel freelance credits, past Marvel premiere, The Champions, Marvel Team Up, Daredevil, Ghost Rider, Amazing Spider-Man, Avengers, Spectacular Spider-Man, Marvel Spotlight, Incredible Hulk, Uncanny X-Men, Fantastic Four, Marvel 2-in-1, The Thing, Alpha Flight. Could you imagine? And there's like 40 more after this. If you go in a time machine now. Starbrand, Marvel freelance credits, presents. My hobbies, Darwin Pictures, Counting Money. The single work I am most proud of is Superman #9. I feel like that's the one with the backup story with out Superman in it, where Lex Luthor offers that waitress like a chance to get out of her life or something. I think that's one of his favorite stories. My place of birth is Walsall, England. My greatest accomplishment outside the comics field is Fear Book, his novel. I need to cover that soon, guys. My oddest habit is Who Has the Time for Habits. If they were making a movie of his life, he would be played by a young Wilford Brimley. That's an interesting choice. The reason he got into comic books is because he didn't want a real job. Love that honest answer. People who knew me in high school thought I was a nerd. Relatable. Oh no, they thought I was a freak. Never mind. My favorite performers are male Alec Guinness. I love that he has to separate his female and his male performers. Michael Caine, Lance Henriksen, Spencer Tracy, and female Sigourney Weaver, whom is supposedly based on Kitty, I think, Crystal Gale, and Linda Ronstadt. The last good book I read was Lincoln by Gore Vidal. And the last movie he saw was The Day the Earth Stood Still, last night on videotape, RoboCop in the theater. The biggest influences on his work are Frank Bellamy, Carl Giles, Frank Hampson, Don Harloy, and Bruce Cornwell, Neil Adams, Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko, Stan Lee, Larry Niven, Bob Kane, Kurt Swan, Wayne Boring, and the brothers Buscema. His greatest unfulfilled ambition to the comic book field is leaving. The worst part of his job is get a life. When nobody's looking, I like to sleep, and the one thing I really want the world to know about me is my height. Typical John Byrne, just being silly, nonsensical. I always say I want to interview him, and I would give the best, like most epic, like Barbara Walters interview with John Byrne. Just saying, the offer's out there, Byrnemeister. I know you watch me, but I'd be afraid, like, he'd, like, rip me to shreds with that razor tongue, but he wouldn't. I mean, whoa, I love that. What a great way to end. Awesome double page spread. I mean, arguably, it's kind of, like, lazy and boring because it's mostly white, but if you use the negative space properly, you pull it off, and I feel like it was pulled off here very well, especially with the texture of the duo shade added by Tom Palmer. Anyway, another classic, amazing issue of Starbrand by John Byrne. I feel like we've covered almost all of them, but there are still more. Don't you worry. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel, hit like, share my content, and I'll bring you more later.